Welcome to the channel. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's Big Lamar, not the little one. I had to spin the block and review and react to the Katt Williams interview that he did with Big Boy. Katt Williams is real and authentic, and he doesn't bite his tongue for anybody, and he doesn't sugarcoat anything. Let's take a deep dive into Katt Williams' mind and see what he's talking about. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's see what's going on.
It's a pleasure to see you, brother. Where do we start? Let's start at the beginning.
Let's start at the beginning, yes.
Hey, man, so we here at a new year. And do you do resolutions or anything like that, or you just kind of don't do that stuff?
I do weekly, like
Hold on. Before we get too far into the video, let me just say this ahead of time. Katt Williams is funny, so I might be laughing a lot in this video. I'm not sure, but it could happen. So bear with me. Check it out.
I'm constantly in the midst of a resolution.
You working on something right now?
At all times, I'm trying to refine this thing, and just get better. And that's where being, messed up is so helpful, because you got so much, I got so much to fix. Like, this is wonderful.
Yeah, there's no such thing called perfect, huh? Or when you say, like, no, I'm done. I'm fine now.
Yeah. It's pretty perfect where it is right now.
Right. But you also know, Katt, how to appear and disappear. Is that by design for you to appear and disappear?
As a hunter, it's part of how it goes, is that the prey has to be given enough time to relax and to feel like it's okay. And
come back
they
out.
can maybe say something. Or
100%. I agree with Katt Williams on that. 100%.
do something
But talking with you also, Katt, are you aware of?
I ain't gonna lie. He damn near made me jump a little bit. I'm sure y'all peeped that. Don't worry about that, though. Don't worry about that.
Everything. And the reason why I ask you that is, even though if you know how to appear and disappear, right?
Right.
It seems like you still hear things and see things, just from the conversation that we had before we sat down.
That's part of the disappearance. Like I'm saying, I'm not disappearing to twiddle my thumbs. I'm disappearing to do the behind the scenes work, the inner work, the shadow work.
I feel that. Sometimes you do gotta kick back and disappear for a while and just watch everything from afar to see what's going on. Stay out of the mix and just observe everything and everybody. And that's how, or that's one way you can tell what's real and what's fake.
Necessary to pull off what it is I'm trying to pull off against, at times.
It also helps you make your next move your best move. And Katt Williams is pretty calculated. So it makes sense for him to be like that. Disappear from time to time.
Supernatural competition. So, we stay in the gym.
When you say the supernatural, because there's certain things, man, that you you created a path that I feel is a blueprint to the way a lot of people do things now. Because when we first sat down, probably 2 decades ago, easy, the world was who's booking you, where you going, what production company you're with, who's doing your shows, and now we've seen the business move in a whole different direction. But you were already doing that, where when your shows went off, your name appeared in the credits, not just as the person, as the talent, but you made sure that either you put up your own money, executive produced it. Why was that important to you years ago?
Sometimes you gotta be like that, you know. You gotta call your own shots. You gotta make boss moves. So if you gotta create your own and do everything on your own, it makes sense, man. You don't want other people to have power control over everything or anything that you got or have going on. So that's probably a good reason why Katt Williams moves the way he does when he's working on his projects or whatever he's doing. You know, he's putting up his own money and he's running his own show, calling his own shots, and that's the way it should be. You got to make boss moves out here. That's for sure.
My God is just so faithful. Like, I already knew, like, you know how they say know your worth? Mm-hmm. Like, I knew it. I knew my actual worth. And it can be a little more depressing if that's the case, if you don't achieve it, you know? But I had long faith, and I believed in the product. Mm-hmm. I believed in the conversation that was being had. So to have paid for, produced, did all 12 of the first specials like that, that's because, like, this is my product. Like, this is the best thing about me here that I'm selling. Mm-hmm. So that's an easy sell.
Right. And nobody's going to believe in you and what you trying to do the way you will. That's facts.
Because I'm at least, if nothing else, I'm trying my best.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, we get this thing when everybody's looking to the right.
Mm-hmm.
There's few that come from the left. And you're one of those that kind of, when we were all looking to the right, you came from the left. Even when I fast forward to where we are now, this is year 32 for me in radio, right?
Right.
And I remember years ago, people used to say, oh, podcasts. Man, they doing a podcast because they can't get a radio show. You know what I'm saying? Podcasts are like what we call, oh, that's the graveyard. And now when you fast forward.
Podcast, just being on the internet, period, is now. It was the future. And a lot of people didn't see that, and a lot of people didn't believe in that. But now we see. People watch the internet more than they watch TV these days. People listen to podcasts more than they listen to the radio these days. I mean, the radio is damn near extinct. A lot of radio stations, they are not cracking like that anymore because of the internet and podcasts and things of that nature. A lot of people didn't believe in that. They ain't believe that that was going to happen, but here we are, and it is what it is.
It's the podcast that's, you know, podcasters making the money. Podcasters are leading the way, aside from, you know, some of us great radio personalities. But
right.
That's one of the things, too, and the reason why I bring that up is because at one point, you were probably looking to others as, man, what is he doing, man? He might as well just get with HBO show, any marquee. Were you feeling that early on when people thought, like, did they feel you couldn't get the deal, or why you're not with such and such?
I don't know, Big. All I've ever done is win.
Right.
I'm just a winner, and, you know.
I like that answer. He said, I don't know. All I ever do is win. I like the confidence in that man. Katt Williams is really inspirational, and he's motivational, if I must say so myself.
Unfortunately, at times, that requires you to take some punches, you know, for people to think, oh, he's losing. And then you win. It's a wonderful existence.
Do you do things to prove Katt Williams right?
A lot of people do love to see you lose, and they're happy when it looks like you're losing, when all along you're really winning. You know, everything good doesn't come easy, and sometimes there's a struggle with it. A lot of people don't understand that because they're too busy looking for handouts. They're not trying to make things happen for themselves, and they don't want to see you do it either. And when you're doing it, they can't wait for the moment when it looks like everything is just going bad for you and it's not working out. It's crazy, man. People do not like to see you win. You got to stay confident, and you got to stay in it to win it. Whatever you're doing, don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep going.
Or do you do things to kind of prove others wrong?
It's a great question.
Thank you. You ever been asked that before?
No, never. No. And that is all of the questions thus far. Like, you're really great at what you do. That's why I'm here. But like, I care what people think, but only in the past tense. So I only care about what they think about what I've already done. Not I would allow them to influence what I'm going to do next. And I don't have to prove anything to me. I'm just trying to do the best job that I can do, however it goes.
I feel that.
Are you critical in your own work?
Yeah, yes, but not overly. Right. I give myself enough room to make mistakes because I know I'm not perfect. And I've written these 14 hours of stand-up comedy. So it's great for me to even be in the position. I clearly know when I did a 8 instead of a 10, but I'm going for a 10 every time.
Facts.
What keeps you on the road now, even with the new tour that's going out? Like, what keeps you on fire? What keeps you wanting to get in front of people when it's so easy to kind of like mail it in? And you're in a position where you're in competition with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But what keeps you to where you say, man, I need to get back out there. I need to get on the road.
The ticket sales.
Yeah. I was going to say that the money, for surely the money, but I think it's a feeling as well when you're doing something that's your own, you know, you're running your own business or whatever it is, you know, it's a feeling you get that keeps you motivated to keep going. You know, you might have had a bad day yesterday, but you're willing to start all over today and do it better. I think it's a feeling that you get when you're doing your own thing. It makes it hard to stop.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm still in the same conversation, you know, that one conversation since I started stand-up. I'm still in that conversation. So every time they see me, I'm just picking up on that conversation that we last had, and now, you know, and it's just been an honor because I really, whether I'm the best comedian in the world is debatable. Like, I don't even make it on some list of top 25, but to the people that like me, there's nothing like me. And so I bear that in mind at all times, and I'm always trying to give them the best experience possible if they come out and see me. Or if I'm in a movie part that is only 14 lines, I'm just trying to figure out how do I make this 14 lines resonate to somebody, you know? Because
I know very well.
I'm just thankful to have this as a job, you know.
Did you know when you came, because of course people come out to so-called Hollywood because it's the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you came out to Los Angeles,
Hollyweird.
Yeah.
did you know that, because for one, we're here and it's hard to penetrate Hollywood anyway. When you say if you give me a few lines, you're going to make it your own.
Right.
And we've seen that with you time and time again where you don't even have to be the star, Katt, but you can, people will walk out and be like, man, he fucking killed that. When you leave home plate to come here, there's absolutely no turning back for you. Did you know that this was going to happen for you?
Only the good parts. Yeah. I knew all the good parts were going to happen. That's what faith is about. Like,
I want to say to that, you know, sometimes when you're good at stuff, you're real and you're authentic, you might outshine the people that's supposed to be above you. And they don't like that. But that's what happens. You may be outshining your boss or something like that, and he doesn't like it. He see everybody gravitating towards you, everybody's talking about you, you know. They see the work that you do is quality. I mean, sometimes you can't help it, man. It's just a natural thing, you know. It happens without you even trying to make that happen.
I can remember being places and just being like, you have no idea who you just walked past, ma'am.
Oh, shit.
You know? Just because I believed, you know? And I had been in a lifelong conversation with God about this. And in my dreams, I could see people clapping. I just didn't know what it was I was doing, you know? So I just wanted to find my purpose. And then, bam, I found stand-up. And then, so.
Let me tell you what's crazy about that, man, is with us growing up, it's my mom, well, rest in peace to my mom, and 7 kids, right?
Yeah.
And there was hardships, there was bouts of homelessness, stuff like that, right? And I remember we were living in a motel, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said, one day I'm gonna buy you a house so we'll never be evicted again, right? Mm-hmm. And she looked at me, Katt, and she said, I know you will. She could have said anything like, you know, we got rent, Bailey, please, Kurt, stop this. You know what I'm saying? It's real things going on.
Right.
But when she said, I know you will, it put something in me. Yeah. And I would tell my partners, my friends, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna be famous. I would literally sit down and write autographs. And it would be like, for some reason, I always said best wishes. It would be like to Katt Williams, best wishes, and it would be Kurt, right?
Right.
And so from that point on, even when my friends told me, they said, man, if you make it, I would always say when. Like, I knew that I was going to make it. Then there's life shit that happens where, you know, you kind of, you know.
That's right. You got to speak it into you got to speak it into into existence. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied right now. You got to speak it into existence, and you got to encourage yourself. Forget what everybody else is talking about. Encourage yourself, believe in what you're doing, and believe in God, and everything will work out for you.
Use a little bit, but your eyes are very focused. So I understand what you're talking about when you say somebody walked past you. You're like, you don't even know who you just walked past.
Right.
And as long as you believe it, then you know. And I know it sounds cheesy when people say, "Oh, you believe it, you can achieve it." But that's some of the realest shit in the world, bro. Like, if you believe it, like, you could really achieve it. And I feel like you were one that didn't sacrifice certain shit to get to where you are today.
No, but you do want to be in a position where they want you to. You see?
Right.
You want to be able to tell Diddy no. You see?
Right. Piece of shit.
That's the position you want to be in.
Right. In the room.
You want to get all the way as far
room.
as your jurisdiction will allow you to go to.
Facts.
To be like, so say again now.
What we doing? Nah.
Right.
Do you think you make people nervous?
Not dumb people.
I think he makes people nervous. The people that know what they did behind the scenes, they get nervous when they see him. They don't know if he knows or not, but he may know, and it makes them nervous because they may get exposed. So I think people get nervous when they see him for sure.
I don't make. Yeah. I'm saying anybody that would be nervous around me, that's very specific. But I'm saying, make no mistake, I'm a predator.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing when you sit down? Now, I heard that you're only going to do probably 6 podcasts or 6 interviews. And then are you done with having these conversations, or was that?
No, this is it. This is it.
This one?
Yeah, this is the last one.
This is it?
Yeah.
And don't tell me this shit when you pop up somewhere else and you're like, wait, hold on, no. This one's it. So this is it.
I mean, for me and you.
Right. This our last one.
Right.
So this our last one. But you know what's crazy, dude, is that you're very peculiar. You know who you want to talk to. And that's why when he came up and it was like, oh man, Katt, bro, literally, I had a doctor's appointment today that I can't get back in until like March. A specialist flew out here. I was like, man, you gonna have to fly that motherfucker back to the house because I need to sit down and have this conversation.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna think of something.
Right.
I'm
And the reason why I ask you, man, are people afraid of you? Because you don't have the Hollywood streams that some people have. Like, you're not worried about losing a such and such deal. You're not worried about losing a part. You're not, so you don't have the tie downs that some people have. How freeing is that?
That definitely scares people, especially when you know some of the things that they may have did behind the scenes that's dirty. Because if you expose it, I mean, it's not going to hurt you. You're not going to lose anything as far as your job or anything because you call your own shots. You run your own show. And if you want to expose anything, you can do it. People don't like that, And I encourage everybody to do your own thing, man. Start your own business, call your own shots, run your own show. It's not always easy to do. And sometimes it may be hard when you're running your own thing, but you'll get through it. Just keep going. Don't let anybody be able to control what you do, when you do it, and how you do it.
That and it's not about saying something, but knowing that you can say or do what you feel like you want to do. From a guy that has a contract with iHeart.
I'm a public official. That just applies to me. It just means I try to stick as close to the center as I possibly can so that I can make the observations of the left and the right efficiently. That's what you say is what we just allow them to say so that they'll feel better and go back to work. There's nobody's contract that precludes them from telling the truth. Mm-hmm. Most of them are liars and bums, and that's why they behave as they do. I just make it clear that I'm free to, go past whatever.
Free to do what if you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. And can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody control you. That's scary, man. That's scary for a lot of people. That's real scary. Especially when you know secrets.
The ramifications are afterwards, only because I believe that whatever it was that I said about you, no matter how harsh it was also the truth. Right. So you can spend time barking back at me, or you can fix it. Don't be mad at the ref. I'm saying you traveled.
Right. And then when you did Club Shay Shay, we haven't talked since then, even before then or after.
Right.
When he said, "Come on, Katt," and he was like, "No, man, nobody's going to want to do my show." Do you remember what you told?
Hold up. Let's just think about that for a second. Don't get mad at the ref. You the one that traveled. I love the way Katt Williams puts things. He's a genius, man. Katt Williams is a genius. And he's very, very calculated and careful how he says things. And who is just crazy, man. Don't get mad at the ref. You traveled.
I told him lots of people were.
That's what he said. They're all coming.
Right. Yeah.
And when you look at it, did you know when you sat down that was going to be one of the biggest viewed podcast YouTube episodes with 90 plus million and counting?
I knew that I could make the most out of the opportunity, and that if I did it correctly, based upon the research that I had done on what makes the algorithm work, I had determined that you had to do this particular thing 17 times consecutively, and it will require every time the person watching went, "That's not true." It would have to mean that they would pause it and then go check real quick and then come back. It required a lot, but it was written to do the maximum amount of damage possible, and then it was scaled back. And
He definitely did a lot of damage with that Shay Shay video. He spoke a lot of truth in that video and exposed a lot. And it's safe to say a lot of the stuff that he said turned out to be true. So Katt Williams is one of those people that you can listen to, because we've seen it time and time again where he said certain things and it ended up being true.
the knockout punches were taken out, just leaving the jabs, so that whoever I talked about, I didn't completely blow their spot up, but I did pull their coattail. Because when you think about it, like, they're not going to believe that you're the mafia don unless you go in the room, take out all 5 families at once, and walk out, and then walk around unscathed afterwards. Like, that's really the only way anybody would believe it. Yeah, otherwise it is.
And so when we saw, those were the jabs.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what's wild about that shit? I had like nothing with you, no beef, no nothing. I watched that motherfucker and I was like, shit. I'm sitting up here like, man, did he get in contact with my ex or what the fuck? You know?
I ain't gonna lie. Big boy, he playing it cool, calm, and collective, but he looked a little nervous, like Katt might know something about him. And Katt probably does. I'm sure he's not going to expose Big Boy in this video or anything, but I'm sure he probably knows about some dirt that Big Boy did behind the scenes. I mean, might be some D&B going on with Big Boy the way he looks these days. You know, he ain't looking like he used to. You know, when Big Boy was big back in the day, he seemed pretty official to me back then. Ever since he lost all that weight, and I know he did it for health reasons, trying to live longer and all that. I don't know, man. His whole character looks flawed to me these days. But that's just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying Big Boy is doing any D&B or anything behind the scenes, but he very well could be. I mean, he is mixed in there with all the other people that do it, you know, the celebrities and all that, so you never know. But my point is, he looks a little nervous. If you just watch Big Boy's facial expressions and just the way he's looking at Katt Williams when he's talking, he's kind of looking like, man, I hope he don't expose something that I did. He's probably running back all kind of things in his head, like, damn, I did this, that, and the third with such and such. I hope Katt don't know about it, or I hope he don't bring it up. That's just my opinion. That's just my observation. I could be totally wrong. I could be seeing this thing totally wrong. But from the lens I'm looking at, that's what I see.
Like, I think a lot of people, Cat, was on, and I don't, you know, I mean, I go home to my wife, all kind of shit, but I'm like, everybody was watching that shit like, what's next? And the crazy shit about it too, Cat, I don't know if you didn't have a tour, you're always doing something, but there was no promotion. Like, even when I went to your social media, right, usually when somebody break the internet, or somebody got all these views,
Right.
They got clips on their pages, they got some agenda, like, yeah, come check me out, y'all didn't see nothing, wait till you come and see such and such tour. I went to your page, Cat, it was nothing.
Yeah, I remember you telling Summer Walker that.
Yeah, it was nothing. And you see, even with Summer Walker, I don't even remember that, right? That's why I told you hear everything. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, shit, you fall back to Summer Walker shit, so that's not allegedly.
Right.
But yeah, it was like you were promoting nothing.
Those are the flexes that you can make if you're not bought and paid for. You can do stuff like that, you know?
Facts.
And it keeps it clear, you know? Because I thought it was necessary and that it would in time be beneficial as well. And thankfully, that's how it turned out. Yeah.
Did anybody catch a stray?
Say again?
Did anybody catch a stray bullet?
No, sir. No, there are no.
That's one other thing that I like about Katt Williams. When he says something about people, anybody, he's intentional about what he says, and he's very direct. He doesn't just throw things out there with the alleged, you know, stuff like that, allegedly this, allegedly that. He's very direct, man. I believe a lot of things that Katt Williams says, because like I said, a lot of that stuff that he exposed in that Club Shay Shay video was true. Surprised he didn't expose Shay Shay, because what kind of man calls himself Shay Shay anyway, and wears his pants legs above his ankles? That's crazy to me. I believe there was some exposure to go on right there, but let's move on.
Strays.
Anything that you said that you felt like, damn, that you regretted?
No.
I often regretted taking the headshots out, but you know, but again, this is
So basically, he's saying he could have did way more damage than he did, but he let some things slide, and he wish he wouldn't have. He wish he would have put it all out there on the table, and he put a lot out there on the table. But it sounds like there was some things that he left out. Probably some about Shay Shay. That might have been a headshot that he left out for sure.
Probably 2 years later, we're still discussing it, you know? And that, as a predator, like, that's the most you can ask for. Like, if we have an altercation and you walk different for the rest of your life, like, that's something too, you know? Like, if you never recover, it's a long way. Yeah, we like that. Right, because on the righteous side of things, we are doing better at every turn. Like, the cup is literally running over to where it's just a mess now. Like, it's embarrassing. And meanwhile, they cannot prosper even in delusion. Like, it's terrible out there for this group.
Why was that necessary?
As a world, we're in a more truth-loving space right now, you know?
We're in a truth-loving space right now?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
People want to know the truth. Okay. No matter what we're talking about. Like, they no longer do.
Yeah, we want to know the truth. And that's one reason why we're always tuned in to Katt Williams. Because he's telling the truth in these interviews. He's telling the truth when he's doing stand-up. We want the truth. We want to know. And Katt Williams will tell us.
They want to see the best actor or the best, they want the most authentic experience possible. To the point where people that are special needs and on the spectrum are just as famous as everybody else because you can trust them, you know?
Right.
Like, they're great people.
Katt, do you look at anything on social media? Do you have, because your presence is all over social media by others, but are you on social media? Do you look at anything?
Sounds like a trap question.
No, shit, it was nothing behind that. That seemed like a trap ass fucking answer that you just gave right
I'm
there.
saying you here, you're on my Wi-Fi, so I don't know what you know. You mean the porn service?
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey man, how do you write and how do you create? Because there's a lot of shit that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
And you're always in tune with what's going on in the world. Now,
Okay.
with the new tour that's going out, and I know you guys just did, like the IE, what does this new material consist of? When the world, I feel like the world does need laughter, but we need truth as well. And I think you deliver that extremely well.
Oh, thank you.
What does that, how much do you look at in what's going on in the world right now?
All of it. Yeah. I look at as much of it as I possibly can. But in this particular tour, I'm not talking about any of that.
Really?
Because my fans know that even if I just put a special out when I come to your city, I'm not doing whatever that was. I'm doing a whole different conversation. So this particular tour, I only talk about me, which is kind of new, you know.
Is it hard to talk about yourself too, though? Because people say some of the hardest work is playing yourself, being yourself. And not that that's not real, but to get up on stage and where you become the material. What do the stories consist of?
No, I love me. Mm-hmm. I'm very, very proud of myself. Yeah, so no, I don't. I didn't look at failure like that, you know? I just looked at a failure as something that it took to get to the win, you know? So I compartmentalized things where it was healthy for me mentally. And so I just, on all of these specials, I just talked about the world around me, but never, what makes me who I am. So that's what I'm sharing this go round.
Man, this is like I was telling you, this is year 32 for me in radio.
Yeah.
And there is a staying power with what we do, and somebody always trying to, who's the next guy, whatever that may be. With you, what do you feel your staying power, your strength is to be able to still pick up a microphone and still sell out exactly these bigger venues as well to this day?
I'm not sure what the question was, but thank you.
Right.
That was very nice of you
What
to say.
do you think that staying power is, especially?
I think the staying power for Katt Williams that resonates with a lot of people is that he's real. He doesn't sell out. He hasn't sold his soul. He doesn't, sell out, act funny. He just stays real and authentic. And that gives him a lot of staying power. That keeps a lot of people interested in Katt Williams. And he speaks the truth. The truth will set you free, baby. That's for sure.
Bro, when we're in a position where everybody's fickle, everybody want a new champion, nothing lasts.
As a piece of business advice, have the best product that you can possibly have, right? And then be as consistent as you can with that. You know what I mean? So no matter.
That's true. I left that out too. Consistency. Consistency is the key. That's probably the main thing. Stay consistent and believe in what you're doing. That'll keep you relevant, for sure.
Where you were on your journey of Katt Williams, like, I've been 5'5" the whole time. You know what I mean? I've been the same. I think differently. I process things differently. And I deliver things differently. But it's at least authentically this guy. So that's what longevity is about, is not being able to somehow control the waves, but doing your best at its lowest, and then when you get to the highest, act like you've been there before,
So basically he's saying, I am what I am, and I don't have a problem with that, and I'm not trying to change that. I'm always going to be who I am, and it is what it is. I like that, Katt. Katt is answering these questions very well. I really like this interview, man. He hasn't really exposed anybody or anything so far, but I like this interview because it's giving me more of an insight into Katt. It's really letting me know who this guy really is. And I mean, from what I can see, Katt Williams is official, man. He is a real MFer, and I like that in him. I don't see no flaws in Katt Williams.
Yeah.
Amen. My daughter is 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I met you, I didn't even have kids. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
remember.
But it's wild that you're my daughter's favorite comedian.
Right.
And she
I was going to say a clever child.
Yeah. But she is, but it's wild because you haven't entertained everybody yet. You haven't met everyone yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people probably coming to your shows for a golden age the first time ever.
Right.
And an artist, a singer, they can get on stage and they can do the hits.
Yeah.
Chris Brown can get on and do Yo, do every song that we know. As a comedian, you can't do the so-called greatest hits. So even with my daughter, she picked you up at a certain place.
Yeah.
And then now you got this new fan that you got to keep creating for. Because you can't say, oh, you thought, shit, you should have heard, you thought woke, you should have heard this, woke folk.
Right.
It's like I had all these other things before.
Right.
So you
But our
constantly
product
keep
is better now too.
Really?
So we have the excitement on our end of, oh boy, you might not know anything else. This can be the first intro, And so for there to still be so many things that I haven't discussed and conversations that I haven't had, and then to have the track record of the 13 or 14 times that historically we've had a conversation as a comedy audience that came out in the news later and turned out. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about Joe Biden possibly having some issues 4 years before the world is. We're talking about cloned meat when it really is like we're having conversations that are historically significant. And so all of that is only trumped by the fact that we don't know what Trump will do tomorrow that we have to discuss.
And that's definitely real. Speaking on the Trump or Donald Trump, because you never know what you're going to wake up to with Trump. You go to bed one day, everything is normal. The next day you wake up, we're at war, and gas prices is through the roof. That's crazy. That's wild.
He's doing something world changing, So it keeps it current and fresh.
Are you concerned about things like that too, though? Like where the world is at right now? The Trump era, the administration, or you just more what your world is, your audience, your family?
We're all affected by the same things. Like, if you didn't vote for him, he's still your president. Like, he's still doing that job. So, it applies for all of us. These are human issues. Laughing is a human response to pain and turmoil, and we are all going through that at some level, So that's what makes it universal, I believe.
Hey, Katt, why are you not concerned with the comedy, like the fraternities? Like all the comedians that kind of get together, and you're not a part, nor do you want to be, of those fraternities. Not that that doesn't concern you, but why do you make sure you don't join?
I think Katt Williams doesn't get down with those fraternities and those certain groups in Hollywood and with all the celebrities is because he is not with D&B. And if you know what D&B is, you understand. But like I said, that's what I believe. Katt Williams ain't with that D&B. So of course he ain't getting down with these circles and hanging out with certain celebrities or most of them. He don't mess with none of them people, really.
The comedy fraternities of my partner, my boy, my girl, my this, my that.
It's far more likely that they weren't interested in me first. And one of the great superpowers in my life has been my ability to no longer want something I can't have. So
I feel that as well. You didn't have no interest in messing with me. You wasn't trying to be my friend. So why would I try to be your friend later on in life when I'm blowing up? You weren't trying to be cool with me back then, so don't try to be cool with me now. I'm cool. I don't need your friendship. I don't need to hang with you or do anything with you. You know, you showed me what was up from the beginning.
The second I can't have it, I didn't want it anyway. And I mean that to the bone marrow. Like, you couldn't give it to me now. Whatever it is we're discussing. So I don't, I have that. I have a whole fraternity of comedic individuals that benefit and thrive in a place where there is no baby oil, you know?
Man, you have changed like a lot of the, not just the narratives, but there's things that you will say, and I'm not even a comment reader.
Once again, man, I like how Katt Williams words things, man. He does a lot of subliminals. He says things without actually saying it. But if you know, you know. And I can read between the lines, so I fully understand a lot of the things that he says without saying it.
And if I just scroll down, it's like people say, oh yeah, Katt was right. You know, Katt tried to warn us. Katt tried to tell us.
Right.
You know.
All right.
Had you ever went to a Diddy party? Like,
Pay attention to Big Boy's face, man. I mean, besides the fact that he's a funny looking MFer, pay attention to his face, man. He looks a little worried, man. Like, he doesn't want something to come out about him, and he hopes Katt Williams doesn't know anything about him, or if he knows it, he doesn't say it. It's just something about his face, man, that's telling me that. But like I said, I could be reading the room wrong, but from this lens that I'm looking through, that's just what I'm seeing.
I'm talking about not what it turned out to be, but I'm talking about like when he would have the NBA All-Star party. None of those.
Yeah, so to quickly answer your question and to not say anything that would infringe legally. Yeah, a lot of people indeed do ask that. Like, how do you know what goes on at the P. Diddy party if you weren't at the P. Diddy party, you know? But
Oh no, that's not what I'm asking. No, because there were different levels of parties too, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like some shit at.
He probably really asking him, did you see me at the party? Did you see me? Big Boy crazy.
The Palladium or some shit like that. I ain't talking about like some at the crib type of shit.
no, I see how that's gonna be.
Katt peeped it. Katt peeped it. Like, you trying to see if I seen you at one of them parties that you was at that Diddy threw. Big Boy think he's slick, man. He trying to dig for information the slick way.
Clipped. That was just as good as Shannon's.
shit,
Come
man.
on, man.
I didn't
When
even
you
get
went, what? Did he what? I wouldn't ask you about that. I didn't ask you about a file.
Come on,
Yeah, come on. Yeah, so one of the jokes that I discuss on the tour is the fact that they would have these parties in the Hollywood Hills, you know, and then they would have a parking lot where they would shuttle people up. So everybody would meet in this parking lot and they would send shuttles down to, you know, Diddy's parties. And so I wasn't ever invited to the parties, but I was invited to the parking lot because I knew the people that ran the shuttle service. You know them too, as it turned out. But yeah, I would go to the parking lot and I would watch.
Look how big boy looking. He just waiting like, don't you say it. Katt Williams talking about, you know him too. Katt Williams crazy.
Them all go up there, and you know they would be thinking I'm coming later. I would just be on the car having a grand old time, smoking and laughing and watching everybody who's going. And yeah, so you can't tell me what goes on, because 5 hours later I'm still in the parking lot when they come down, and you know, just to see all them big time Hollywood men that I just watched go up there, they all come down off the shuttle and looking sad in the eyes, and all of them wearing Sean John and looking oily, and they all walk crazy like this, and their shoelaces were always untied. I don't know why. Their shoelaces were always untied. And then they would get in their car and they would drive off standing up, big boy, with their head out there. All of them. And I couldn't believe it. But one of...
Not driving off like they can't sit down. He said they... I'm sorry, y'all, but that was funny. He said they come down wearing Sean John, looking oily. Wearing Sean John, looking oily, and then drive off. He said they drive off standing up. Oh, what happened?
The sea on both
man.
ends.
That was funny. I had some technical difficulties. I don't even know what happened, but let's continue on.
Hey man, you know what's wild out there? I'm wondering how many people would see, oh man, these are jokes.
None of the people that was on the shuttle.
Right.
They're the only ones I care about. That's why I said when I be going in places, you know, heads go down. That's because you know, not because nobody else know. You know.
No, I remember you saying that when you walked in, heads go down.
Right.
God damn.
Because you can't really be mad at me, because I probably been faithful too. I probably knew that this whole time about you, and I didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? That gives you a certain level of gravitas as well, you know? Is that Will Smith know the story I have not told, you know? So it keeps everybody honest, you know? Eddie Murphy know what I haven't said.
Dang. He said Will Smith know the story I haven't told. Eddie Murphy knows the story that I haven't told. Is he saying that they were coming back down from Diddy's parties, oiled up, wearing Sean John, driving off in their car, standing up? That was funny, man. Oh, man.
You see?
Look in the camera and say it. No,
Look, let me explain something to you. I'm not scared to say nothing.
Oh, I know that shit.
I'll say it.
No, don't say it. No. Don't say it.
They can't AI farm me now.
Right. Oh my man, hey man, how liberating is it to be you?
my guy didn't just get good. Like, he been good the whole time. Like, it's really been a pleasure to have this as a life. And I was telling you earlier, like, that's why you are in the position you're in, because as an artist in any part or genre, it's important how faithful you stay to what you deliver to your audience, whatever that may be. And as a radio guy, what you have been able to do in Los Angeles and then make it international is just like, the stuff you've done is not even doable in a small market, let alone a large market. Like, somebody who is really the voice of LA, like, for real, like, speaks for all of the different, like, it's, you have to be really good to do that. And if you were really good, then how long could you continue to do it? Like, don't ask you, don't ask me, don't.
Man, that was too funny, man. I'm still trying not to burst out laughing over the stuff that he said about people coming back down the mountain from the Diddy party. That was just hilarious, man. I can't get it out my mind. I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna get back into this video, though.
That's bomb. Like, you know, if you really good, you just keep going till you're not really good no more. And you know that that's not a thing.
Hey man, let me tell you, bro, like, that, on the real, that means a lot coming from you, because you don't ask people for shit. You don't sugarcoat shit. You don't care what people say about you. You don't care about the circles. You don't. So anything that you say, bro, and I'm going to take that as extremely authentic, because I don't feel like you waste words. Or
As he should. Because so far, one thing that Katt Williams has proved to us is that he is authentic. He is real.
you don't just give somebody something that they haven't deserved. And so for you to say that, bro, I would receive that.
Okay,
I mean, I earn
critical?
it. I take it. No, it don't mean, no, it's not that you're critical. That means that you wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
Oh yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I'm going to take that, and Lord knows I deserve it. I earned it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely going to take that, man.
But everything you ever told us from the fan side of it, like, you did all of it. Like, even though some of it we didn't really even think you could do. Like, we were behind you and supported you, but did we think you could do it? Like, no, you used to weigh 600 pounds, man. Like, you changed a body type and said you wanted to do it to extend your life, and
in my opinion, Big Boy been looking funny ever since, man. He don't look the same. And after all these years of him losing that weight, he still looks funny to me. He does not look well to me. You know? I mean, the man been looking sick, in my opinion, ever since he lost all that weight. I think he should have stayed big. Probably not as big as he was, but he should have kept some kind of weight on him. The man looks sick, man. He looks funny.
extended it in front of us while going through no, that's superhero type stuff. And that's the life I live, you know. To somebody somewhere, I'm a superhero, and I have to do my job to whoever those people are. And nothing else really matters. That's what I do.
Is it easier to be quiet?
For who?
Anyone.
It's easier for my enemies to be quiet. Where's my camera? Yeah. Just be quiet. Just shut up. And I'll pass right by. Yeah. I just had to say that. Because, yeah, I'm not like that. And even if I used to be like that, I'm not like that anymore. You know?
You're not ever thinking about going outside and anything can happen? Well, anything can happen, but from something that you said.
I'm part of the reason anything can happen. Yeah. See, I don't look at that as a negative. I look at that as a supreme positive. I would be horrified if I thought I could walk out there and nothing would happen. How would I know I exist? No. And the least amount of this that you need to do, the better. And I don't have to do nothing. I broke my collarbone as a young man. My neck don't even turn around like that. That's why I handle things on whenever they pop up, you know? I don't let things drag on or out. I don't really want to go back and forth. Mm-hmm. I want us to either talk this out, and if you don't like talking it out, then pick a lane.
They're talking about a new Fridays movie. Mm. Will you be involved?
I would hope. I mean, I
hope they have Katt Williams in a new Friday movie, if they come out with it. Katt Williams was a good character in the Friday movie, man. So if that comes out, please have Katt Williams in there, man. He's just gonna make it that much more funnier, man.
I've done the white beard in case they want to make me the Santa Claus and make Ricky Smiley the pimp, you know, just to see how it will work. But yeah, no, I've heard the names attached, so I know it's going to be great. And if that includes me, then I'll be able to guarantee it. If not, I'm still going to be just as excited to go out and see it and get as many people to do it as possible. It's a great franchise.
Without being on
That's
stage,
a real answer.
What does Katt Williams, what do you do as far as, is there a hobby? What's fun? Like, what's a day of Katt Williams if you're not on the road?
I'm going to have to shut this down.
What's exciting to you?
Okay, so the honest answer is none of your business. Like, I can't really afford to answer that question because then.
I like that answer as well. None of your business. That was real, man. Coming from a real MFer, man. Katt Williams is real, and he's giving real answers to every one of these questions. This is a very good interview. Hit that like button, man. And hype this video up as well, man. This is a good video. Great interview.
And you have the whole meat and potatoes of me. But I am surrounded by excellence in as many different facets as I can make possible at a time. So just the conversation in a house of three or four magnificent women and a waterfall trickling and a lighter going off and, you know, like all of my trigger points are being satisfied at most times. Just because that's all I really did is collect Rolodexes of the things that were good for me and the things that weren't. And so my intent is to avoid all things that aren't great for me. Like, even if it comes down to trash bags, like, I don't have regular trash bags. I have trash bags that smell so delightful that it masks the trash smell. Like, just surrounded by great things and pleasant triggers.
What would you say to Katt Williams 10 years ago?
I said it to him. That's how he did this. I told him.
Do you manifest?
Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. No, again, I'm trying to stay out of religious conversation as much as I can, but I am in a situation where spiritually the best is wanted for me. And so that's the expectation that I have. And it's like when I was young and I first traveled out of the country, like the fact that it happened in my teen years, like really made me appreciate America even more than I did, just because of how special America is as a melting pot, and So, what was the question?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But you answered it.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, Katt, the 3,000 books.
Yeah.
People looked at that, and that was 3,000 books in life or 3,000 books in.
I don't know. I don't know what the actual question was, but
Because there's some shit you'll say, right? When you said the 40 or the 50-yard dash, people are like, oh shit, then you went out and you fucking did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not that people will question, but do you feel like when you say something, not that you have to back it up, but when you say something, do you feel like people are like, oh, that's Katt Williams?
if they say, oh, that's Katt Williams tells the truth. So
Mhm.
I'm saying you later on find out that he's a speed reader and has been a speed reader all his life. And I'm saying you later find out what about his background and upbringing that made that the thing. You later find out that, I wasn't even allowed to watch TV or go to movies or nothing. Like, it really was just books. So I'm not sure how long it takes you to read a 300-page book, but it was taking me 2.5 hours, like movie time, So I'm having a ball.
I ain't gonna lie. That's one thing that I find kind of hard to believe. He could be telling the truth, but you're gonna read 300 pages, a 300-page book in 2 hours? I don't know about that, man. He might be bluffing us on that, but I don't know. Maybe he's telling the truth. He's been telling the truth about everything else. I find that hard to believe. Is he bluffing or not? Get down in them comments and let me know.
Yeah, but I'm also a winning weekly reader and winning pizza parties I can't even go to.
Hey, man, I think that a lot of people speak very well about you when you don't speak certain things about yourself. There's a lot of people that say, Katt put me on the road, Katt paid for this, and you never say it. Other people come out.
Right.
But I was at a theater one day, and you probably don't remember this.
Okay.
I was at a theater, and right when I was about to start ordering, I hear somebody behind me, and they're like, hold on, I got to pay for this. I turned around, Katt, and it's you, right?
I was wondering who that was an impression of.
Yeah, it's not good.
I was like an imposter.
And he was like, I got to pay for this.
Right.
And so when I turned around,
me.
it was you, right? Not on, and do you remember this story at the theater? And it looked like you just by yourself.
You haven't told any part of the story yet.
But I'm talking about, so it's not as special to you. Oh, that's what you're saying.
What wasn't special? You didn't say what happened.
When you bought me the popcorn and stuff. That wasn't special to you? Wow, Cat. No, but this is what happened. So
don't know, big
I
boy.
turn around and it's you.
Okay.
And you said,
Big boy might
I
be
gotta
down
cook
with that
this.
D&B.
Okay.
So I upped the order once I knew that you were paying for it.
As you should.
Yeah, so once I knew, then everything became large and
That's how you know you knew me.
yeah. But Kat, you went in your pocket
Okay.
and you pulled out. You was like this, and you pulled out a knot. And I remember, man, you did like this. You gave my man $100, right? And anybody else that was kind of around there, you just picked up a couple things, and whatever the change was, you gave the dude the change. Now, I don't know what he was making an hour, but whatever you handed to him,
Yeah.
he knows this story of your generosity, and it probably meant nothing to you, but it meant the world to him.
Right.
But you would drop those blessings with people, and you would never say what you're doing. There's people that say, "Man, he paid my rent. He did this for me," and those are stories that just come out without you soliciting those. Man, how powerful is it to be that guy? When people say, "Oh, my cup runneth over," sometimes we're the faucet.
The way I've done it, I get the rare experience of hearing somebody else tell what happened, and maybe I don't even remember it, but when I hear you tell it, I go, yeah, I'm proud of that guy. Yeah, that's what he would do.
Did you know what I was doing when we were in the garage and I asked you for that car?
You are a little confused. You got a pillow.
Yeah, car. Yeah. But I thought you were gonna give me the car,
You asked for the car,
Right.
but we
Then you
settled
opened it up.
on
the pillow,
the pillow.
and you know I'm gonna really leave with that pillow.
Look, this whole thing where you strong arm me, it's not.
Hey, Kat, what's the future plan for Katt Williams? The Golden Age tour that's going down, the Netflix special that's coming
Bam,
for
February.
in
Yeah.
February.
Mhm.
What does this year look like? Are you on the road for the rest of the year?
I got 3 movies already in the can. This is the beginning of the tour, and we just signed our deals for Kemet Movie Works, so we are officially in the movie business down at the 300-acre studio, and so we have a lot going on, but all of it's great work. Like the people that I'm working with next are like, if you're a fan of Katt Williams, then it's a list of people that you are like, I wish Katt would just work with this person, and all of that's gonna come true. So I'm super excited.
Did you ever feel a Hollywood shutout?
Second,
Like a Hollywood shutout, like you weren't part of the good old boys or the table or a blacklist?
well, I mean, if I was blacklisted, they did a poor job. I've done 60 movies, 50 television appearances on the 14th special. So if it was blackballed, that was unsuccessful. But I had researched my whole life on what the entity was before I got there, you know. My intention was to get in there and kick up some dust and try to become a whistleblower that they don't knock off. Because, you know, they get all the whistleblowers.
Why did you feel that was necessary?
Well, because I
Bring
believe
to light what was supposed to be supposedly in the dark.
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with the Bible, then you know there's an Old Testament and then there's a New Testament. But we believe there's going to eventually be a New Testament. And, you know, we're just all trying to make sure we're in there. So it requires you to be enough in the culture where you can culturally shift on occasion.
Have you seen anyone, Katt, that you spoke about with Shannon?
All your friends. You know,
He said, all your friends. So the people that he was exposing, Big Boy hangs out with them. They're his friends. So that kind of explains the whole aura thing that I get from Big Boy, man. Because I get kind of one of those kind of vibes. And if you know it, if you know, you know. D&B, I'm telling you, baby oil and Sean John suits. I could see Big Boy in that.
here's the thing.
I don't know how to take that either. Shit. You know, like, shit. All your friends.
Well, I'm saying because
all of them that do your show.
no, it's only like it's a couple kings out there, right? So if there are some issues in the comedy world, you know, it's certain places people got to run to their big homie. You know, it's only a couple of them out there. You know what I mean? So you either going to Jamie Foxx or you going to Chappelle, but you going somewhere to cry and go, did you see what Katt just did? You know? So you have to deal with that as it comes up. Like, Chappelle came in the room, we had a great talk because we've been friends for years. And then he just explained to me that I had hurt some people that was near and dear to him. You know what I mean? And he brought Earthquake right in there, you know? And it was a little awkward because I didn't know what they wanted from me. I can't apologize because you can't read. Yeah. Right. And yeah, so it's a little awkward, you know.
Say the least.
You just ask about, so how you been? Because I'm saying, as you can see, I'm a physical specimen, you know, like I look very, very small on television, but in person, like, no, I'm a honey badger. Yeah, this is not worth your time or mine, you know, this type of problem. But yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That goes along with the rest of it. My job is to try before I see you to not feel the way I felt when I said, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to hit Cedric in his stomach, you know? Like, that was just a figure of speech, you know? You sell barbecue now. I wouldn't hit you in your burn ends, you know?
What you say?
I wouldn't. They got a place. Him and Anthony. Yeah. Bad Body Barbecue or something. I don't know the name of it, but I'm saying I'm always evolving, trying to be a better person than I was the last time. Always. So, you know, I'm always like the president. I want peace, but I like war. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, between you and 50 Cent, I pray to God I stay on y'all good side.
Man, that was a very good video. Good interview, man. Shout out to Katt Williams and shout out to Skinny Neck Big Boy. I really enjoyed this interview and it really gave me a good insight into Katt Williams. Katt Williams is a real dude, man. He's authentic and he's official, man. He doesn't bite his tongue and he doesn't sugarcoat anything for anybody. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, and hype this video up for your boy, man. It's Big Lamar, not the little one. I'm gone.